Snow falls like music, soft, deliberate, eternal. Each flake a note in an invisible symphony written by time itself. The world slows, wrapped in white silence and golden light. Cobblestone streets glisten beneath lanterns older than memory. You can almost hear the echo of carols carried by centuries of winter wind. Here, Christmas isn't loud, it breathes. It lives in the creak of wooden doors, in the glow of fire through frosted glass. Time doesn't move forward, it circles back, gently, gracefully. You feel it in the stillness, the presence of something sacred and familiar. The scent of pine and bread, the whisper of bells, the hush before midnight. Every shadow tells a story, every candle remembers a name. The snow doesn't hide the past, it reveals it. And for a fleeting moment, you stand inside a dream carved from centuries. This isn't nostalgia, it's reverence. This is a symphony of snowflakes, the forgotten beauty of Old World Christmas. Rothenburg ob der Tauber, Germany. Perched above the Tauber Valley in southern Germany, Rothenburg ob der Tauber is one of Europe's best-preserved medieval towns. Founded in the 12th century, this Bavarian gem once stood at the crossroads of ancient trade routes. Its wealth-built cathedrals, merchant houses, and the fortified walls that still circle the old town today. Walking through Rothenburg feels like stepping straight into a history book brought to life. Half-timbered houses lean over narrow cobblestone lanes, their colorful facades glowing under winter light. The town hall tower offers sweeping views of rooftops dusted in snow, a postcard scene from another time. But Rothenburg isn't just a monument to the past, it's a living tradition. Each December, the Riderless Markt revives customs dating back to the 1400s. Local bakers craft Schneeballen, snowballs of sweet pastry, while choirs fill the square with carols. The aroma of cinnamon, pine, and roasted chestnuts blends with the sound of laughter. Stalls overflow with hand-carved toys, glass ornaments, and nutcrackers, echoing Germany's craftsmanship legacy. Inside Kat the Wolfart's Christmas village, the holiday spirit glows year-round under twinkling lights. St. Jakob's Church stands as both a landmark and a spiritual refuge, home to the Holy Blood altarpiece carved by Tilman Riemenschneider. At dusk, snow falls quietly across the marketplace, where time slows down. The old town walls glow beneath lanterns as horse-drawn carriages pass by. It's easy to see why filmmakers and travelers call Rothenburg the real-life fairy tale. Beyond the beauty, there's a sense of continuity, centuries of faith, family, and festivity. Every stone here tells a story. Every Christmas brings it back to life. Rothenburg's charm isn't manufactured, it's inherited. A timeless town that reminds us of a simpler, more soulful Christmas. where you don't just celebrate the holiday, you become part of its living history. Rothenburg ob der Tauber, where the spirit of Christmas never went away. It just waited for you to find it again. Hallstatt, Austria. You arrive just as the first snow begins to fall. The ferry glides across a lake so still, it feels like glass, and there, rising out of the mist, is Hallstatt. A tiny village clinging to the cliffs, glowing like an ember in the cold. Every house seems to wear a blanket of snow. Every chimney breathes warmth into the frosty air. It's hard to believe people have lived here for over 7 millennia. Once, miners carved salt from deep inside the mountains. Today, travelers come seeking something rarer: peace. The streets are quiet, except for the crunch of snow beneath your boots. Somewhere, church bells begin to ring. And suddenly, it feels like Christmas has always lived here. You wander into the square, where a handful of stalls glow under strings of light. A woman offers you a cup of steaming wine. A child hands you a cookie shaped like a star. taste cinnamon, almond, and history all at once. The lake catches the reflection of the spire, the mountains, and the falling snow, a perfect mirror between heaven and earth. Inside the church, candles flicker beside wooden carvings blackened by centuries of prayer. The choir begins to sing Stille Nacht, and the notes drift beyond the walls, across the water. There's no rush, no noise, no spectacle, only stillness. And in that stillness, something ancient stirs. Hallstatt doesn't celebrate Christmas with extravagance. It celebrates it with memory, with kindness, with quiet joy. Every shadow tells a story. Every snowflake feels like grace. As you stand by the lake, watching lights shimmer against the dark, you realize you haven't just found a destination. You've stepped into a memory of Christmas as it was meant to be. Timeless, gentle, eternal. Hallstatt, where winter sings softly and time stands still. Colmar, France. Colmar, France, a city where history and beauty meet beside winding canals. Located in the Alsace region near the German border, Colmar has long been called Little Venice. Its pastel-colored half-timbered houses, cobbled streets, and flower-decked bridges make it one of Europe's most picturesque old towns. But in winter, Colmar becomes something even more magical, a Christmas wonderland straight out of a storybook. Founded over 1,000 years ago, Colmar thrived as a medieval trade hub, blending French elegance with German craftsmanship. Its architecture reflects this dual heritage: Gothic churches, Renaissance courtyards, and wooden houses that seem frozen in time. Every December, this historic town transforms into a festival of light and joy. Five distinct Christmas markets spread across the Old Quarter, each with its own charm. The Place des Dominicains glows beneath the stained glass windows of its ancient church. At Place Jeanne d'Arc, the scent of traditional Alsatian food fills the air: spiced wine, pretzels, and roasted chestnuts. The Little Venice Market enchants visitors with canals lit by strings of golden lights and floating Christmas trees. Artisans from across the region sell handcrafted ornaments, toys, and glasswork, keeping alive centuries-old traditions. Even the local museums join in the celebration, showcasing nativity art and winter exhibitions. As snow falls over the rooftops, Colmar becomes a living postcard. Reflections shimmer on the canal, and choirs sing in the distance, blending with the soft toll of church bells. The entire town feels suspended between history and dream. It's not just about celebration, it's about connection. Between people, between generations, between time and tradition. Christmas in Colmar is not simply seen, it's felt. It's warmth against the cold, music in the silence, light in the dark. A reminder that beauty endures, quietly, tenderly, even after 1,000 winters. Bruges, Belgium. There's a city where time forgot to move forward, where cobblestones still whisper medieval secrets under your feet. This is Bruges, Belgium's fairy tale heart, cradled in the northwest near the North Sea. Once a powerful trading hub in the Middle Ages, today it stands like a dream suspended in frost and memory. Its canals shimmer like veins of liquid silver beneath the winter moon. Every bridge, every spire, every bell seems to breathe the music of centuries past. The Mark Square glows with golden lights that dance upon the facades of Gothic guild houses. And at the heart of it all rises the Belfry Tower, solemn, timeless, ringing across the cold December air. Snow settles gently over the red roofs, turning the city into a living Christmas card. You can almost hear the echo of sleigh bells blending with church choirs. Horse-drawn carriages move slowly through the mist, their wheels tracing the rhythm of nostalgia. The scent of waffles and mulled wine fills the air like an embrace. Handmade lace flutters in the window of ancient boutiques. Chocolate shops become tiny temples of warmth and joy. Bruges isn't just beautiful, it's sacred in its silence. Its canals mirror the glow of candlelit windows, soft as memory itself. Each snowfall feels like a benediction, each breeze like a whispered carol. The Christmas market transforms the square into a wonderland of light and laughter. Skaters glide across the ice rink beneath twinkling stars, their laughter blending with the chime of bells. You realize this isn't a city frozen in time. It's a heartbeat slowed by grace. Here, history doesn't sleep, it dreams. Every tower, every reflection tells you stories older than your own. Bruges reminds you that beauty doesn't fade. It waits for winter to reveal it. And when the snow begins to fall again, the whole world holds its breath. In Bruges, Christmas isn't celebrated, it's remembered. A symphony of snowflakes, playing softly in the soul of time. Český Krumlov, Czech Republic. Deep in the heart of southern Bohemia lies a city that time chose not to change. Český Krumlov, a masterpiece painted in stone, light, and memory. Once the jewel of noble families, today it glows quietly beneath a blanket of snow. The mighty castle, towering above the river's curve, commands both awe and affection. Beneath its watch, centuries unfold like chapters in a living novel. When winter arrives, the whole town becomes a film set, perfectly still, perfectly alive. The cobbled streets shimmer beneath lantern light. Smoke curls from chimneys, and laughter spills into the night. The sound of footsteps echoes through empty courtyards. Every wall, every window seems to hold a story of love, loss, or legend. The old bridge frames a postcard-perfect view of the castle, glowing against the twilight sky. Then, Christmas arrives. The square bursts to life with markets, choirs, and the fragrance of cinnamon and cloves. Locals gather with mugs of svazak, Czech mulled wine, warming their hands and hearts. Skaters carve gentle arcs on the frozen pond below the castle's shadow. Bells ring from St. Vitus Church, echoing through the cold air. You feel like an actor wandering through a scene too beautiful to be real. The old city walls glisten like gold beneath the snow. Candlelight flickers across cafe windows, painting the night in amber tones. Chesky Krumlov doesn't just celebrate Christmas, it embodies it. Every street hums with nostalgia. Every snowflake lands like a note in a silent song. Here, history isn't frozen. It moves slowly, gracefully, through time. Each December, the town becomes a symphony of light and shadow. And when you leave, the bells seem to follow, echoing softly in your memory. Chesky Krumlov, where Christmas feels like eternity in disguise. Zermatt, Switzerland. Nestled at the foot of the Matterhorn, Zermatt is one of Switzerland's most iconic alpine destinations. Located in the canton of Valais, this car-free village is accessible only by train or cable car. Once a remote farming community, Zermatt transformed into a world-class resort after the first ascent of the Matterhorn in 1865. Yet despite its fame, the town retains its traditional alpine soul. During winter, its narrow streets are wrapped in snow and nostalgia. Wooden chalets with stone roofs line the lanes, their balconies strung with twinkling lights. The air hums with the sound of sleigh bells and laughter. Bahnhofstrasse, the main street, brims with boutiques, cafes, and warm chalets. The Christmas market brings together local artisans selling handmade gifts, Swiss chocolate, and carved ornaments. The smell of raclette and mulled wine fills the crisp mountain air. The towering Matterhorn glows pink at sunrise, casting its reflection in frozen lakes below. Visitors can take the Gornergrad Railway for breathtaking views of the surrounding peaks. Nearby, the Igloo Village offers a truly unique alpine experience: dining, music, and candlelight inside ice walls. Ice skating under the open sky has become a winter ritual here. The Zermatt Chapel hosts midnight carols, echoing softly into the snow. Evenings invite you to cozy firesides, hot cocoa, and quiet awe. It's a place where luxury meets authenticity, refined but never pretentious. The locals greet you with warmth that cuts through the cold. Every detail feels curated by nature itself. The stillness of the Alps wraps the town like a lullaby. Zermatt is not just a ski resort, it's a living painting of Swiss heritage. A reminder that true beauty doesn't need noise, only light and silence. In winter, it becomes a cathedral of frost and joy. Here, every snowflake feels sacred, every moment unforgettable. Zermatt, a timeless Christmas carved in ice and wonder. Shirakawa-go, Japan. In the heart of Japan's Haida Mountains lies a valley that time forgot. Shirakawa-go, a world draped in snow where the ancient and eternal coexist. As winter deepens, the village disappears beneath layers of white serenity. Only the pointed thatched roofs of Gasho Zukuri homes pierce the silence. Built centuries ago, these wooden giants endure the heaviest snowfall with humble strength. The name Gasho means hands in prayer, and here, even the architecture prays. When night falls, the lights within these homes glow like lanterns trapped in snow. The sound of a single bell drifts across the valley, swallowed by the mist. Streams wind through the village, whispering ancient songs to the cold. And somewhere, a hearth crackles, smoke rising like incense to the sky. December turns Shirakawa-go into a living painting. The mountains become white guardians, watching over a dream made of wood and faith. Tourists fall silent, as if afraid to wake the sleeping centuries. You can almost hear the earth hum beneath the frost. It's not Christmas as you know it, but something deeper, more human. A communion between nature and soul. The snow doesn't hide the village, it reveals it. Under moonlight, Shirakawa-go feels like a heartbeat beneath the ice. And for one quiet moment, the world feels perfectly still. A forgotten beauty, remembered again beneath 1,000 falling stars. Quebec Old Town, Canada. The first time you walk into Old Quebec in December, it hits you, the feeling that you've stepped straight into a snow globe. Everything sparkles. Everything glows. The streets smell of pine and caramelized sugar, and snowflakes stick to your lashes like confetti. You look up, and there it is, Chateau Frontenac, towering above the city like a fairy tale castle wrapped in frost. Below, narrow alleys twist through rows of 17th century stone houses, each one strung with garlands and candlelight. It's not just beautiful, it's alive. The air hums with the sound of accordions, laughter, and the clip-clop of horses. Someone hands you a cup of steaming vin chaud, the kind that warms you from the inside out. And suddenly, you're not just a visitor. You're part of it. Part of a tradition that's older than the country itself. You follow the trail of lights down to Rue de Petit Champlain, where the shops overflow with handmade ornaments and maple sweets. Children build snowmen under the glow of street lamps, and carolers sing beneath balconies wrapped in red ribbons. There's a hush that falls between songs, a quiet so deep you can hear the river breathing below the cliffs. The city feels timeless, as if the centuries layered themselves in snow instead of dust. You find yourself slowing down, matching its rhythm, unhurried, gentle, human. Because in Quebec, Christmas isn't about the rush. It's about the pause, the warm light against the cold night, the laughter shared over simple things. And when the bells ring out across the frozen air, you realize you're hearing more than sound. You're hearing history, joy, belonging. Quebec doesn't try to be magic. It simply is. A piece of old Europe, beating proudly in the heart of North America. And as snow begins to fall again, you can't help but smile, because for a moment, it feels like the whole world has stopped to celebrate with you. Banff, Canada. Banff, Canada, the jewel of the Rockies, where nature and nostalgia meet in the heart of winter. Located in Alberta's Banff National Park, this alpine town sits among the towering peaks of Mount Rundle and Cascade Mountain. It's one of the few places on Earth where wilderness and warmth coexist so effortlessly. Founded in 1885, Banff became Canada's first national park settlement and a cornerstone of the country's identity. In winter, the landscape transforms into a living painting. Glaciers gleam under the sun, pine forests wear cloaks of snow, and frozen lakes reflect the colors of the northern sky. Downtown Banff bursts to life with festive charm. The Banff Christmas market fills the air with the scent of spruce and spiced cider. Artisans sell handmade crafts, wool mittens, and maple treats. Horse-drawn sleighs glide past wooden chalets draped in twinkling lights. At night, the Banff Avenue sparkles like a trail of stars leading toward the mountains. Nearby, Lake Louise, just a short drive away, becomes a frozen fairy tale, where visitors skate across crystal ice beneath towering peaks. Ice sculptures rise like glass cathedrals, catching the light of lanterns. The Fairmont Banff Springs, a century-old castle hotel, glows with grandeur, its halls echoing with laughter and carols. And beyond the town, the wilderness offers silent beauty, frozen waterfalls, snowshoe trails, and skies so clear you can see forever. Christmas in Banff is not just a holiday, it's an experience, a celebration of light against the longest nights of the year. Here, the modern and the ancient intertwine, the hum of a cafe beside the stillness of a glacier. Banff reminds us that wonder still exists, pure, vast, and untamed. A place where winter is not endured, but embraced. Where every breath feels like a gift, and every snowflake a story. Leavenworth, Washington, USA. Imagine waking up to church bells echoing through a snow-covered valley. Outside, the world glows, not from the sun, but from 1,000 twinkling lights. This is Leavenworth, Washington, a little piece of Bavaria reborn in America's mountains. Once a struggling town, it chose joy and transformed into a living postcard of old-world charm. Every December, golden lights and pine-scented air turn it into one of the most magical Christmas towns in the world. Carolers sing beneath falling snow, laughter drifts from cozy bakeries, and children's faces glow by the village square. Families share warm cider and stories by the fire as time itself seems to slow down. The Christmas Lighting Festival isn't just a spectacle, it's a feeling. Leavenworth reminds us that tradition can be reborn, and wonder never fades. Here, Christmas still feels real, and somehow, it still remembers your name. Stowe, Vermont, USA. Where the Green Mountains turn white and time slows to a whisper, you'll find Stowe, Vermont's snow-kissed secret. A village wrapped in pine forests, cradled by mountains, and crowned by silence. Its streets look as if they were drawn from an old Christmas card, where every window glows with warmth. Wooden bridges cross frozen streams like strokes of poetry in the snow. The scent of firewood drifts from cozy inns that have watched winters come and go for centuries. Once settled by farmers and mill workers in the 18th century, Stowe grew quietly, gracefully, into Vermont's heart of winter. Mount Mansfield towers above, its snowy slopes shimmering under the pale sun. Skiers carve through powder like dancers tracing music across white canvas. But when December arrives, Stowe transforms. Church bells echo through the valley as the first snowflakes begin to fall. The town's steeple, tall and white, gleams against the gray-blue sky. Main Street becomes a ribbon of light and laughter. Shop windows sparkle with garlands, ornaments, and a little bit of magic. Locals gather for Christmas parades and torchlight skiing, their breath visible in the cold night air. The community spirit here isn't loud. It hums like a hymn beneath the snow. You can hear it in the crunch of footsteps, in the laughter from cafes, in the quiet between carols. The Trapp Family Lodge, founded by the real Von Trapp family from The Sound of Music, adds a touch of Austrian soul to this New England wonderland. Their Alpine traditions mingle with Vermont's simplicity, creating a harmony that feels timeless. At night, the sky opens wide and snowflakes fall like notes in a song. A song only winter can play. The lights, the stillness, the cold, they compose something sacred. Something that reminds you that beauty doesn't need to shout. In Stowe, Christmas doesn't try to impress. It invites you to feel. To breathe. To remember. Each snowflake is a whisper of the old world, calling you home. And as the night settles in, you realize you're standing inside a living Christmas dream. Stowe, where every snowfall tells a story written in light. Kitzbühel, Austria. Set amid the Austrian Alps, Kitzbühel is a mountain town where elegance meets alpine tradition. Located in the Tyrol region, it's famous for its medieval charm and world-class skiing. The town's origins trace back over 700 years, with cobblestone streets and frescoed facades still preserved. During winter, Kitzbühel transforms into a scene from a storybook. Snow drapes the rooftops, and the air hums with the scent of pine and pastries. The Hahnenkamm Mountain rises nearby, host to the world's most legendary downhill ski race. But beyond the thrill of sport lies a quieter, more enchanting side. The old town center glows beneath garlands of twinkling lights. The Christmas market in Stadtplatz fills with laughter, music, and warm aromas. Visitors sip Glühwein, browse handmade ornaments, and listen to choirs singing carols. The pastel buildings, with their Baroque detailing, glow like lanterns against the snow. Churches like St. Andreas and Liebfrauenkirche stand proudly, their bells ringing across the valley. Every alley feels like a passage through time. Horse-drawn sleighs glide past boutiques and bakeries. The mountains frame every view, majestic, serene, eternal. Luxury hotels and cozy chalets coexist here in perfect harmony. Evenings bring candlelight dinners, local wine, and stories shared by the fire. It's not just a ski destination, it's a living blend of culture, tradition, and celebration. The town's rhythm slows in winter, inviting reflection and joy. Locals decorate windows with pine wreaths and red ribbons. The hum of distant choirs fills the crisp night air. Kitzbühel captures the essence of an old-world Christmas, refined, heartfelt, unforgettable. Here, amidst the Alps, beauty feels effortless. And as snowflakes descend in perfect silence, the town breathes in harmony with the season. Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Germany. Beneath the shadow of the Zugspitze, Germany's highest peak, lies a town born from snow and song. Garmisch-Partenkirchen, where the Alps unfold like a cathedral of ice. Once two medieval villages, now joined as one timeless destination. The air here feels cleaner, older, charged with the pulse of the mountains. Wooden chalets lean beneath garlands of pine, their windows glowing like gold. Murals dance across pastel facades, saints, shepherds, and alpine legends frozen in paint. The town square fills with the scent of roasted nuts and mulled wine. And above it all, the Zugspitze watches, proud, silent, eternal. The Christmas market hums beneath its gaze, a symphony of laughter and light. Children skate across frozen ponds, their cheeks pink with joy. Musicians play brass carols under lamplight, their notes carried by the mountain wind. In Garmisch, Christmas feels carved from another century. Every doorway, every window tells a story of warmth defying winter. The Alps aren't just the backdrop, they are the heartbeat. When nightfall, the whole valley glows, soft, amber, alive. Outside, the world slows to the rhythm of falling snow. Fires burn in old taverns where travelers share stories and laughter. Outside, the world slows to the rhythm of falling snow. You breathe, and even the silence feels alive. Here, the holidays aren't celebrated. They're felt. A forgotten beauty, reborn in a symphony of snowflakes. Woodstock, Vermont, USA. Tucked in Vermont's Green Mountains, Woodstock is one of America's most picturesque winter villages. Founded in 1761, it's a place where history and holiday spirit intertwine effortlessly. The town green, with its stately elms and colonial homes, becomes a stage for New England's most classic Christmas. Snow blankets the covered bridges and stone walls, softening every edge. Historic inns like the Woodstock Inn welcome guests with roaring fires and warm mulled wine. The aroma of pine, cinnamon, and maple syrup fills the crisp December air. The annual Wassail Weekend transforms the town into a Victorian wonderland. Horse-drawn carriages parade through Main Street, led by carolers in vintage costumes. Local artisans display handcrafted ornaments and candles in wooden market stalls. Children laugh as they sled down the village hill. At dusk, the town glows with thousands of twinkling lights. Church bells ring as snow falls gently over the rooftops. The architecture tells a story: federal, Greek revival, colonial, preserved with pride and love. In every window, candles flicker beside evergreen wreaths. The nearby Billings farm adds rustic charm with horses, sleighs, and holiday traditions. Visitors gather around open fires, sipping hot cider and cocoa. The rhythm of Woodstock is calm, a pause in a world that moves too fast. It's easy to imagine Currier and Ives setting up their easels here. Christmas in Woodstock feels handcrafted, heartfelt, and honest. It's a return to simplicity, where joy lives in small, glowing moments. Woodstock, where the spirit of an old-world Christmas still lingers, pure as the snow that falls each night.